this just one of those games here, one of the nights where you sort of collectively you didn't have it going?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little disappointing. Obviously, you got a full burn out there. You want to come down and get a win for them. I come from a small town. I know how much it means for these kids to come out and see an NHL game. So, yeah, I mean, we wanted to come down and get a win, but that wasn't the case. And obviously, you got some work to do. It's my second game in 5-6 months, so we'll get it going.
DJ said that maybe a little bit too fancy here tonight. Would you agree?
Yeah.
At times?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the chemistry's just not there yet. Like I said, it's the second game, and that's to be expected. We don't expect to come out and snap it around right away 2 games in. It'll take some time, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the preseason games to create that chemistry and get it going for the real thing when the season starts.
Certainly didn't look like there was any rust on the power play goal that you scored.
Yeah, I mean, we've been practicing a lot the last few days, so obviously nice to get one, and another thing to keep working on as we go on here in preseason.
Did you feel like when you got that one that maybe it might get you guys back in the game too and give you a shot?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that was good, and Luch obviously had a break with her at the end, and then just unfortunate, a couple calls at the end, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Like I said, second game in 5 months, so we'll be all right.
I mean, you've scored a few goals in this building. I think like you said earlier, you want to come back here and put on a Bellville show, right?
Yeah, no, I got a lot of family ties here too. My mom grew up here. My dad played junior here, so it was awesome to come home. Obviously, spending 2 years here, met a lot of people, and I was excited as well as everyone else to come down here, and great crowd. So it was an awesome game, and like I said, I wish we just could have got a win for them.
Just one other thing from me: do you think that the defensive part of the game is something that will come here in the next week or so?
Yeah, I mean, preseason's it's like ping pong out there, and the ice is usually bad, and it's bouncing around. So, as we go along here, it'll get more crisp, and yeah, we got some stuff to work on, D-zone breakouts and all that, but we'll get right back at it tomorrow.
Drake, you kind of touched on it a little bit in terms of the history you've had here. What kind of advice maybe would you give to this next wave of Bellville Sens that's coming through and trying to make that jump to the NHL?
Yeah, just enjoy it. When I was here, along with everyone else, we just had fun every day, and just came to the rink, tried to work as hard as I can. Great staff, training staff, equipment guys, and I had an absolute blast down here. Every time someone asked me about it, I loved it, and just for the guys coming up, keep working hard, having fun. That's what me and Norris and all these guys did, and obviously made that jump. So yeah, just have fun and work hard.
Naturally, your focus is on the NHL and what you're doing in Ottawa. Do you ever think back to that 1920 season here that got cut short and maybe what would have been?
Absolutely. I think me and Manor have talked 3 or 4 times this camp about it. We were in first place there when the COVID hit, and I said to him tonight on the bench, imagine if we had this crowd in the playoffs back then, it would have been awesome. But just unfortunate, along with everything else that came with COVID. But definitely would have been interesting to see what happened.
And that relationship with Troy obviously has kind of continued now since you've left Bellville?
Oh yeah, I mean we text here and there a little bit, but every time we come into camp or whatever it is, we're always chatting and reminiscing on the old times. And he was my first coach in pro hockey, so obviously learned a lot from him, and owe a lot to him and the staff here for where I am today.